Hey everybody, I'm Jeff Schneider, and in today's video, I'm going to show you how to play a great R&B chord progression and groove that I put together today. And in the second half of this video, I'm also going to talk about a new subject for this channel, and that is how to make it as a musician or performer of any kind. We talk a lot about music on this channel, but I think it's also important for all the people who are trying to make a living doing this to know some of the tips and tricks that are out there to help you actually make a living doing this. So I'm going to start with the music, with this R&B chord progression. Let's hear what it sounds like. 2, 3, 4. So there you have it. That's the progression. Let's break it down, talk about the chords, talk about the voicings. Here we go. Okay, so this song is in the key of F major. I'm actually going to start on an F major chord. That's F major in open voicing, meaning that's a closed voicing right there. If I take the A in the middle and I move it up an octave, I have an open voicing. The difference is here we have all of the chord tones right next to one another, and like this, they are, well, I've taken the note in the middle and moved it up the octave, and it opens the sound. This is really muddy down here, so I wanted to open it up and increase the presence. So the next chord is going to be F sharp diminished 7. And I can actually leave out the A, but you're welcome to put it in too. You can put it in there. I don't really need it in there. I kind of like the 3-note voicing because we come from a 3-note voicing. But the chord is still F sharp diminished 7. Then we go to G minor 7. And again, you can put the D down there or leave it out if you want to keep the 3-note voicing thing happening. So then we go to G sharp diminished 7. But instead of this diminished 5 here, I'm going to start with the E and then use that sort of like a suspension and resolve down. So we have this melody here. Da 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 da. It all sounds like this together. And I'm doing a grace note there from the A to the B. It's a nice little inflection you can include. All right, that's E going down to D, followed by A minor 7. So in the bass line, we have just going up chromatically. So why are these chords working so well? Well, obviously F major is in the key. It's the 1, but the F sharp diminished 7 is actually more related to G minor than it is related to F major, right? Because F sharp diminished 7 is the 7 chord in the key of G minor. If you play a G minor, G harmonic minor scale, F sharp is the 7th note. So that's that leading tone going from 7 to 1. So we've talked about secondary dominance before. This is a similar concept where we're using a chord that is more related to the destination, where we're going to, than it is related to the sort of the global key. Obviously, F sharp is not in the key of F, so it has to do more with the key of G minor. So this is the 7 of G minor. Again, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. That's the G harmonic minor scale. And the chord you get with that 7 of the G harmonic minor is F sharp diminished 7. And that obviously leads to G minor. Now the next chord, again, was G sharp diminished. And this is very similar. This is the 7 of where we're going, A minor. So just like with secondary dominance, you can use the 7 chord of whatever chord you're going to, or whatever key you're going to set up that destination chord or key. So we're using 7, resolving to wherever. So we're on A minor. And then we go to D minor. And my melody is here. Grace note into the A, C, grace note down from G sharp to G, landing on F. All right, let's play the whole thing. And you could play D and C in the left hand. That gives you sort of that basic shell voicing. You have the root down there, the flat 7, the flat 3. So you got D minor. Let's continue. Going up to G minor again with that melody there. G, A, B flat, G minor 7 shell voicing. Okay. G minor. Melody goes C, D. Quick grace note from A flat down to G. Finally resolving to F. That whole section is 3, 6, 2, 5, 1. That's just going around the circle of fifths, ending up on that F. All the chords there are diatonic. Nothing fancy happening. Just 7 chords going through the circle of fifths, ending up on F. All right, let's continue. Well, let me play the whole thing up until that point. Also, when you're doing that grace note from A flat down to G, you can also throw in the C on top, which kind of sounds nice. One last grace note going up to that A. Now, one of the embellishments I'm adding on that F major is this ascending 5 to C sharp to D. And that's sort of implying that we're going to a D minor chord with the 3rd in the bass. And that C sharp is the leading tone of D minor, another 7 of the chord we're going to. Let's continue. We're going now to the E minor 7 flat 5. You can add the 3 in there if you want. You don't need to, I don't think. That's the 2 chord of D minor. We're setting up a D minor with a 2, 5, 1. There's the A major. Okay, so 2, 5. And in my left hand, just some basic voice leading here. This is a root and a 7, followed by a root and a 3rd. This is sometimes referred to as Bud Powell voicings for the left hand. And it works really well for just kind of simple outlining of the harmony. Nice voice leading. Here comes a cool little ascension going up from the... That's A7, and you're doing this sort of parallel motion in tenths between the bass and the melody. So I'll back up a little bit. There's the E half diminished. There's the A7, and the ascension, the walk up. Then I'm doing, this is C sharp diminished 7. Again, with an open voicing. This E is coming from there. I'm just moving up the octave. And I'm doing a cool little, I don't even know what you'd call this. It's kind of like an enclosure using diminished 7 chords. This is the same chord. It's still C sharp diminished 7. I've just moved everything up a minor 3rd. So I'm harmonizing this melody. Ba, ba, ba. Finally resolving to D minor 7. So all in all, it sounds like... One more time. Great voice leading, and it's a nice way to harmonize a melody. What's next? So this is sort of a sus4 resolving to the 3 and then again. This is what it sounds like in context. So we have, there's the D minor. So harmonizing that in 3rds. Da, 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 ba, ba, da. Real slow. Lots of grace notes. And now we're finally going to go to that G minor and do another walk up. Alright, let's break that down. G minor, 7, F over A, B flat major. This is G7 over B, 3, 1, 5, 7. And this is some sort of a C sus chord. You could call this C13 sus 4. You got the C down there. You got the flat 7. There's the C again. F is the sus 4. A is the 13. You could add the 9 in there too if you want to thicken it up a little bit. But that's the walk up. And then you resolve it. We repeat the same progression pretty much exactly, starting up an octave. So again, F major. There's the F sharp, just as before. Now I do something a little bit different here. So I'm actually doing an extra embellishment here. Instead of just going on the F major, I'm going all in thirds there. And it's the same principle. I'm still kind of setting up this D minor as sort of a way to create some harmonic motion within the F major. It's the same concept as this, just a little fancier. All right, same thing as before, going to E minor 7 flat 5, walk up. All right, now things are going to change a little bit here. That's a 2-5. It's kind of like a G minor 11. So G minor 11 resolves down. Then I'm doing this. This is C with the pinky, and then I'm doing 2-3 as a grace note. Grace note from above, A flat to G. We go down to a C sus. This is what it sounds like all together. Then I do this pickup, going to A minor 11. This is what's called a turnaround, actually, where we're doing 2, 5, and then we're doing 3, 6. That's in the key of F. So 2, 5, 3, sorry. There's the 6th chord. Now remember, it's 2, 5, 3, 6. Got it? One more time to the 2. There's C sus. Finally ending on F major 9. I'll play that turnaround one more time. And we end again on F major 9. So I'm going to play the whole thing now without the drums, a little bit under tempo so you guys can follow along, and I'll even slow it down a little bit where it gets a little bit complicated. So here we go, starting at the beginning. I did one other thing there at the end where I did a walking bass, or walk up in the bass on that last chord progression there. So that's just mirroring what the bass does. So I'm going to do it one more time now with the groove. You can hear how it all sounds together with the bass and the drums and everything. Let's give it a whirl. 2, 3, 4. have it. Now we're going to move to part 2 of the video, which I promised I wanted to talk just briefly about how to make it as a musician or any kind of performer, or even really any kind of a freelancer, especially in the creative space, because so many of you guys out there are trying to make a living doing this, and I don't feel like there's that much education directed specifically at that topic. Now, before I go on, I just want to say you have to be great at music to make a living doing it. At least you should be, in my opinion. All this stuff I'm going to talk about now is kind of with the assumption that you are working on all of your music, and this is going to be a little bit more about the business side of things. And if you guys think this is interesting or you want to hear more about it, we'll do some more videos like these in the future. But I'm going to start with this. The most important thing that you have to understand for making a living playing music is you have to think about it as a business, and you have to think about yourself as an entrepreneur. What that means is you can't just be thinking, oh, I'm going to be really great at music and expect to make a living doing it. Yes, there are people who get lucky, and there are people who have a quote unquote big break, but it's so rare that happens that you're foolish to count on that happening for you. And I have a feeling that even in the cases where you do see those big breaks that occur out there, what you don't see is all of the time and energy that's spent kind of working up to those big breaks. So anyway, thinking about yourself as an entrepreneur, what does that mean? Well, it means that you have to look at what regular businesses do. They have marketing departments, they have sales departments, they have design departments, they have financial departments, they have people who are in charge of all these different areas. You've got the CFO, you've got the CEO, you've got the COO, all these C-suite level positions. When you're on your own doing this, making a business, growing your business and making a living as a musician, you have to take on the role of all of those different people. So how do you get good at those areas where maybe there's not as much information in the music space, how to get good at design and marketing and sales and all that stuff? Well, there are resources out there that you can use. There are books, there are YouTube videos, there are platforms like Skillshare. I don't know if you guys have heard of this, but Skillshare is a platform online where people upload educational videos, and it's everything from how to run a business, how to manage your finances, how to design a business card or a logo, or how to market online, even things like negotiation. I mean, everything. And Skillshare is a great example, actually, because this whole segment about making a living doing music is sponsored by Skillshare. And I'll let you guys in on a little secret. When Skillshare approached me to set up this deal, I had already used their platform for my design skills, my marketing and sales skills, all that stuff. I had actually utilized that platform. So it was great that they wanted me to promote them. I was happy to. But the funny thing is that when it came to negotiating a rate that I felt comfortable with, and setting up a deal memo, and just kind of working with the people there in a way that was professional, I learned a lot of those skills that it took to set up that deal on Skillshare, meaning all the videos that I had watched on this platform prior to setting up the deal were helping me actually set up the deal. So anyway, I'm going to let you guys explore Skillshare and all the videos and the content that's on there. It's great.
And if you use the link in the description below, you'll get 2 months free. You can try out as many classes as you want. Here's some of the business ones. You got design, technology. Of course, there's much more than what you see here. So have a look.
I really think you guys should be starting with marketing and sales. Those are kind of like the two big areas that I think most musicians are not doing enough of, and maybe don't know the best practices for those areas. So check out videos regarding those two topics. Also, I think design's really important, and there's a ton of design stuff on Skillshare. So check that out as well. And we can dive into more detail on these areas of business in future videos, but I kind of wanted to put a feeler out there to you guys to see if you're interested in it. So let me know in the comments. I'll be looking out. And until then, I'll see you guys in the next video. Thanks for watching, and see you soon. Bye-bye.